today, but watch out for the future because it's definitely bright orange. Oh, we absolutely want to win the competition in 2022, and we want to have a good start to the season in that grand final rematch. First game of the season, we've got to get that momentum and that ball rolling.
Winning last year means nothing now. We start again, so for us it's about finishing off games, it's about working our rotations. We've got new players in the side, so it's about working them in and using their strengths to an asset for us.
I think the lessons that we've learned are, we need to have a fast start. We don't want to be punished by being a few goals behind, and also having that level head when those pressure moments come along.
I think on the court, it's about when you start well and you have a lead, you've got to keep punishing teams, because we saw in that grand final, Giants come back and it was quite close in the end. So for us, it's about punishing teams, it's about starting well and just continuing on that form.
I think we're a lot more youthful than last season, so we have that bit of extra flair and that bit of excitement about our game. We just need to learn when to turn it on and off.
We are playing for the state, and I think that was something that was really cool about the grand final last year, was doing it for the New South Wales residents, and especially the tough couple of years that New South Wales has had. It's really special whenever we get to play on the same court together. But yeah, both teams are going out for the win, and both want to have the bragging rights.
It's a 15-12. How often have we seen her do that? Helen Housby, eyes on the prize. Is it the wind out of the sails for the Giants? Great start to grand final day. Nothing in it at the moment. Sam Wallace twists and turns. Oh my goodness, the confidence is up and early. Giants, not only long distance, included a step back, and it was a swisher.
State bragging rights are always on the line when we play the Swifts. Can't wait to see a packed out Ken Rosewell Arena round one. It's going to be so good.
Welcome back to Ken Rosewell Arena here in Sydney, and it is a very vocal, very excited crowd for this grand final rematch. The co-captain from the New South Wales Swifts, Maddie Proud, ball in hand, and we're underway. Round one, and what a start from Amy Parmenter. Well, she knows she's got some work to do. It's a weakness in this defence end for the Giants. That's a good start, isn't it, Sam?
Absolutely, to get your hands on ball early in a game like this. We know last year they didn't start well, so really good start.
Okay, Parmenter. Okay, up the middle, Joe Harton. We'll see that a lot. Very mobile shooting circle for the Giants. Oh, and that we'll see too, the connection from Joe Harton to Sophie Dwyer. And what a start for the Giants. Joe Harton being very vocal in saying they want to go that one better this season. Hay. Dwyer. Back to Hay, does so much work in attack and with ball in hand for the Giants. And that opened up beautifully there for Joe Harton. Well, two shots right underneath the post, Sam. What do the Swifts need to do to shut that down?
What I like from the Giants at the moment is they seem quite calm and they're happy to play it around, and you saw then it opened up. So Swifts just have to work 1, 2, 3, because they know that Giants are going to be patient. And well done, Tilly McDonald, again getting hands on ball early in this match.
Well, we've spoken so much about the holes in the defence end for the Giants, and at the moment we're just not seeing any issue with it, are we?
They just look confident, and that's exactly how you want to start a match like this.
Dwyer. Well, surprised to see her not shoot that up. Normally backs herself from anywhere. Nonetheless, another crack at it from here. 100% shooting, 3 from 3 for the Giants to start this game. Julie Fitzgerald will be happy with that. Oh, big swing to Jamie Lee Price on the other side of the circle, and there's the follow-up drive coming from Dwyer. Swifts defenders look a little in chase mode early, don't they?
I think they're just one step behind. Rather than them being dominant, they're waiting to see what Giants are going to do, and because Giants look confident and patient, it's really working for them.
Great goal defence, Senator.
Well, breaking call coming. So the Swifts get on with it really quickly through Maddie Proud, Hadley. And that is something we'll see plenty of as well. The hold over the top to Sammy Wallace. Oh, and Tilly McDonald again from behind. Didn't get away with it though, so Sam Wallace does not miss from this range. Swifts finally on the board. Took the Premiers a lot longer than Bryony Aker would have hoped. Hey, Parmenta. Rice. And again, another penalty inside the circle. So they're coming pretty thick and fast for the Swifts defensive duo. Joe Harden again. So what a start. 5-1 to the Giants. Swing ball over the top, finds Housby, and that's a much cleaner entry coming from the New South Wales Swifts, the Premiers. Hey, Harton out again. Hey again.
Oh, opens up just so nicely, doesn't it? I just still feel Ali Smith just kind of going too quickly on that first phase of centre pass. She really needs to be dictating and in a position where she can stop Maddie Hay running where she wants to, because at the moment it just looks way too easy for the Giants attackers.
Alan Housby had to go the long way around the court and off it to get any sort of space. And dribbles in to narrow the gap to 3 in the blink of an eye. 4 minutes of this first quarter have gone by, and still the Giants in control here. Hey, Dwyer, well, it's that same drive again, isn't it, Sam? She just puts her head down and goes, and Maddie Turner just getting caught 2 on the body. She's going to have to give her a bit of space.
Absolutely. I think last year in the grand final, Maddie Turner really did a good job of tagging and taking Sophie out the game. So I'm really liking that Sophie's making sure that she's an option in attack for the Giants, making Maddie Turner really work for it.
Well, Jo Harton continues on her merry way, still 100% shooting. Housby, Hadley, Proud. Whoa, has to look long, and there was no Swift, but there was a Brandley.
She read that from a mile away.
Well, and they needed to score off it though, didn't they, to really punish. The Swifts back in action here. Housby again. Hadley just looking like she's leading a little too early, running out of space. Wallace. Well, and the lean over the shot too, coming from Tilly McDonald. She's fired up for this encounter.
She's got energy, and I feel like she's made an impact early, so she'll have confidence from that building into the game.
Well, talk to me about Tilly McDonald, because she's been used as an impact player. She comes on because she is so full of energy and does generally get a lot of ball turned over, but to do it for 60 minutes, different story.
It's a bit tiring, isn't it? I think she's done a really good job. That's exactly what you want from your own confidence, from the entire defence end. You want to get your hands on early, you want to make it hard for them, and we can see how the Swifts attack are just struggling a little bit and not quite settled.
Well, that was the first miss of the game coming through Sophie Dwyer, but cleaned up the rebound. So the Giants still find themselves up by 4. Housby. Back to Hadley again. Really not comfortable with barely getting the ball at the moment. The Swifts inside the circle. That's the sweet spot for Sammy Wallace. Well, I don't know about you, Sam, but I was not predicting this sort of start. The Swifts have the best start in the competition last year in terms of the quarters the first quarters they won. Second, interestingly, though, was the Giants. Well, that was a hallelujah pass. Paige Hadley, fortunately, was able to keep it from going over a third. Housby, and she's got a good option for a pass off, and she takes it.
Sam Wallace, there she comes out. She's a bit fired up, and that's exactly what you want to see from her. When she's that way, she's going to dominate.
Well, joining us on the sideline is Kira Tromp, and you've seen a little something you like in defence. That's no surprise.
Yeah, Tilly McDonald has the biggest smile on her face. She just looks like she's out there enjoying herself and having a crack at that ball, and I think that's really put the Swifts off. They're sort of stuttering with their feeds a little bit, which we're not used to, and I think they're not used to her having to hold it up that extra second. So she's done a good job so far with April.
She certainly is one of the most animated in the game, Tilly McDonald. You know what's going on when you look at her face. No poker face there, but a big rebound for Sam Wallace.
And what I think she's doing well, not only ball on hand, but she's actually making Sam Wallace catch the ball quite high up in that super shot zone, which you can see she's passing it on and not comfortable to shoot. So that's a tick of the box, even if you're not gaining the ball.
Well, absolutely, and as is that, a come from behind intercept to the co-captain in Maddie Proud. In the blink of an eye, she's down the court. Well, what a play from the co-captain there, and Sam Wallace, well, she's feeling it now, isn't she? And just like that, the Swifts have got themselves back in a game. No surprises. Julie Fitzgerald has called the HCF timeout. Oh, what do you think she's going to want to address here, Sam?
Saw Sarah Clow starting to change up her game and coming out for a hunt, so picking up those balls on the pocket, which allowed a change up in the vision of the feeders from the Giants. And you saw Maddie Proud come out and take a really nice intercept there. So the last probably 2 transitions have changed up. I think she'll be talking to her mid-court about the options, but be really happy with her defenders.
Well, she's still focusing a lot. Let's have a listen.
They can't just go wide on it, do you know what I mean? So you can hold her here so that she's on the long attack and she doesn't get that wide drive. So when she sets up around that, so she can't have a wide drive, right? Jamie, on the centre pass, make sure that you're angled so you can see what direction they're going to go and pick the one that comes up the right? Good job down there.
So the guy does a great start. We just got to lift the intensity. We dropped off a little bit. Take 2 hands to the ball on defence with 0 face. We're in their face. Great start though. Here we go. Let's go. Giants on 3. 1, 2, 3. Giants.
Well, pretty simple there, what you heard from the coach there, Sam.
Absolutely. She spent a lot of time with her centre in Jamie and Amy Parmenter talking about their positioning and ability to run through the ball. So she backs them on the speed, allowing them to show an intercept opportunity that's there for them.
Well, really, again, Paige Hadley, the Giants' defence doing so well to force her up really high. She's almost run out of space when she's taken the ball the majority of this first quarter. As we see Ali Smith into the contest. Swift number 100, if you don't mind. Housby. Hadley to Housby. A little bit closer. And what a tip on the ball from Branley. Well, no, it wasn't. The umpires picked it up. Well, the Swifts now taking the lead for the first time in this game. Good long vision to Harton, Price. And back to Jo Harton. That one-handed take is a signature of hers. Level peggings in this first quarter. The grand final rematch. And also the New South Wales Derby. Plenty to play for if they need another incentive. They're also playing for the Carol Sykes Trophy in this game. The Swifts currently hold it, given they won the grand final last year. Hey, Dwyer. Price, and again that touch pass. Well, what's got to happen though? What has Sarah Clow got to do?
I think Sophie Dwyer is just taking a really nice front ball, so the defenders can't work together as much, and Sarah just needs to keep adjusting, getting off the body, so it's not an easy feed for the feeders to go in. And look at April there, thinking that it was an offensive contact.
Hadley, Proud. Wallace. Well, that is the Swifts' bread and butter, isn't it? Working to the edge of the circle and over the top. You notice the Swifts wearing the black armbands tonight. That is for Sophie Fawns' mum, the youngster on the bench for the Swifts who passed away sadly last year. Of the Fawns family.
Once again, really clever from the Giants attackers. Sophie had Maddie Turner on her back then, swing ball to Maddie Hay and straight in.
Hadley. Well, has to go back to Smith because there's nowhere else. And Paige Hadley really struggling to get any sort of penetration. Well, that's a rookie error there from the New South Wales Swifts. Didn't set the penalty and the crowd don't like it. Well, lesson learned, they won't do that again. Jo Harton, well, it was easy to follow her rebound up. Sarah Clow was still on the ground. Comedy of errors coming in that little bit of play. Who's going to settle here for this last 4 minutes? We are in Power 5 time, so If you're new to the game, any shot taken within the white arc of the goal circle is worth 2 points.
Cross-court ball.
Well, cross-court ball, but way too much on it as well. Coming from Ali Smith. Here it is in the Harvey Norman replay, completely overcooked it.
That's a pressure and credit to Giants defenders. There was no option for her. She's, you know, this is a big moment for her. Swift number 100 starting in the Super Netball for a brand new club. Surely she's nervous. Swifts need to give her a really nice option, but her as a feeder, cross-court ball, no touch on it, just played nicely into the defender's hands.
Well, we know defenders can't pass at the best of times, so.
And that's why I'm sitting here to challenge you on that.
And there goes Sam Quiet. And again, well, another cross-court. Did I just prove my point then, or what? So Giants the opportunity with 3 minutes left in this game to put some pressure on, and really just the choice of pass at the moment from both sides. Not opening up the vision, seeing all their options. There's a good one. It's Hay outside, and Dwyer has a crack at it. Well, these two, as we've mentioned plenty of times, number 1 and number 2 for the Suncorp Super Shot in the competition, Jo Harton and Sophie Dwyer, so they will back themselves. There's a bit of the niggle between the vice-captain and the captain. Well, you can tell how important this battle is, can't you? Because they're great mates, but they weren't even having a laugh after that. Another HCF timeout here. Bryony Akel, plenty to say.
On this centre pass and our next attacking one, let's have you just let's swap leads and you're on the back. Yep. Yeah? That's you. Let's have a look for Parmenta. Line her up in terms of a screen. Oh, so you're screen line. Yep. Let's just mix it up. Yeah. Turner, Ali, I need you cutting through on the centre pass, not waiting for a lot. They're too good, right? So let's go. Take a breather. Let's go, big deep breath here. Yeah. Nice. Let's go, ladies. Let's go, guys. On to six.
Well, I think that is a great coaching call from Bryony Akel. I mentioned a few times in that first quarter that it looked like Paige Hadley just really wasn't in the game. So she's asked for those leads to be swapped. So keep an eye on that between Paige Hadley now and Helen Housby. And see if we can inject Hadley a little bit better into this contest.
Absolutely, and ask them to be quite smart in the terms of using the body and using their fakes, and gave a lot of credit to the Giants defenders and said they are too good.
Jamie Lee Price to get us back into the action. Dwyer, Branley, Price, and again Jo Harton up the middle, but nowhere to go. Back to Branley, Price. Dwyer. Oh, it's just those silly penalties, isn't it? And another one looked for a moment like there was going to be no call.
You can see Sarah Cloud there really trying to fight and get that front space. She probably, I like the commitment to getting the ball, but probably needs to come around the other way so that she can still get the ball cleanly and get her hands in the ball.
And she can hide it from the umpire.
Absolutely. Don't draw the attention to yourself.
Oh, this is one of our favourite new parts of the game. No more bending down on the ground with towels. Sabco, one of the new partners, and there's a good tip from Sarah Clow. And she's trying to make up for that clumsy challenge a little earlier. Jo Harton loves the Suncorp Super Shot. Well, they have not been able to make them fall in this quarter, though. So an opportunity for the Swifts here to level it up heading into the first quarter break. Hadley. Housby at the top. Well, unlucky call, wouldn't you say, against Jamie Lee Price?
Yeah, I think she was already in that. Umpires would come at me. I felt like she was already in that position. Unfortunately, unlucky, but she just needs to get back and play.
Well, another super shot, so they can't drop them just yet. Either side, Branley, Price, Parmenta. Well, there it is again. Jo Harton quick, but too quick for her own team.
In the last two plays, we've seen Sarah Cloud get hand onto the ball, deflection, and then a gain there, and that's what we expect from her. She's a quality defender and been quite quiet in the first half of this quarter. So good to see that she's finally changing it up and getting hand on ball.
Well, that is a long ball. Bryony Aker would have had her hand in her mouth at that point. And she does, if you have a look at her on the sideline, hands to the face, 2 long balls let go from Ali Smith in this quarter. That one paid dividends.
Sammy Wallace giving her a thumbs up. We see how dominant that Sammy's been, especially at the top of the circle, 6 from 6. I would be, if I was a defender, trying to make her go a little bit further out or to pocket.
Well, not right now, though, because it's Suncorp super shot time in the Power 5, and that is the first one to drain in this opening quarter. The Swifts now jumping out to a 2-point buffer with 10 seconds to go. Well, you think not enough time for either side to do anything with it, but the Swifts are going to have a crack. No, there it is. The end of the first quarter. And it's the New South Wales Swifts that jump out to a 2-point lead, 14-12, courtesy of that super shot. Don't go anywhere. Plenty of action coming right up after this. Well, what an opening quarter it's been. There's the long ball to Sam Wallace. We're going to see right throughout this contest. And the Swifts taking a handy little buffer into quarter time, which is brought to you by Origin Energy. And we might get straight down to Kira Tromp, who was listening in to the Giants huddle. No, she's not ready for us just yet. There's plenty of chat still happening, and it is still towards Paige Hadley there. Sam, do you think they're still wanting a bit more out of her? Probably hasn't injected herself in the game as much as they would like to see.
Absolutely. I think they're still talking about their leads in their attacking end, finding that body to screen and use it off, distract them, hit circle edge and go back to your defenders if you need an attacking option.
Yeah, generally she's one of the hardest to stop in the game, but certainly not having it her own way at the moment. Having said that, she is playing on one of the best defenders in Amy Parmenter, so credit where credit's due. Parmenter currently doing the job. And the Swifts continue to have a solid first quarter performance. Heading into this game, 62% of their first quarters they won last season, and as I mentioned, the best in the competition for it. Well, Kira's ready for us now, listening into the Giants huddle. What'd you pick up, Kira?
Look, both teams are really sort of concentrating on the same thing. They both want depth out of their attack line, and Julie Fitzgerald spent a lot of time with Maddie Hay, talking to her about getting off that line and making really punchy drives down court. Down in the Swifts end, there was a lot of talk around their starting position and making sure Paige Hadley wasn't getting caught too high up the court. Amy Parmenter's doing a great job at shutting her down, and that was a lot of the talk about how to beat her.
Absolutely, something we recognised in that first quarter. Let's keep an eye on that battle and see who comes out on top. And it'll be Maddie Proud to get us underway again here.
I understand, yes, it's going to be hard to separate.
Smith, Hadley, Smith, Housby. Well, looks long, straight away, direct. Sam Wallace did not even look at the post and should have. Just threw it out of court. Well, here's the Harvey Norman replay, bottom of screen. No eyes for the post whatsoever, and a sprayed ball the result. Branley, well, Branley, a nice surprise to see her on court. She missed all of the Team Girls Cup, has had that niggling injury, and we weren't sure how much she'd play today, so she's very important to this side, particularly at the moment, isn't she?
Absolutely, especially on that centre pass pressure, and I don't think she's missed a beat. For someone that's missed a lot of the pre-season games, I think she's slotted in nicely.
Hey, well, contest from Proud. And no surprises, she finds herself on the floor. She does that a lot, Maddie Proud. Meanwhile, Dwyer continues on her way, now 8 from 9. actually won that battle. Bradley just a little slow on that contest, so she'll be penalised outside the circle. A 2-on-1 opportunity here for the Swifts. What can they do with it? Well, it's a big split coming from Helen Housby. Okay, looks long to Dwyer, and right idea from Clow, a little too late.
Just a smidge too late. And
You're allowed to have an opinion. You're in commentary now.
No,
sitting on the fence.
Oh, I would have loved to see her coming round in front of the player and really make it. We saw it before in Jamie Lee Price. Maddie Proud thought it was her ball and she ripped it out of her hands. Same thing for Sarah Cow. I like that she's reading the play, but really make it your own if you're going to go out and contest.
Does that take a while as a defender just to pick and choose what to go for? Or, I mean, I'd imagine it's a confidence thing as well.
It is. I think I like the fact that she's gone out and challenged something because Jo Hart really have dominated her in the first quarter.
Well, certainly give them something to think about when they're feeding that ball next time. Hey, Jamie Lee Price, impossible to stop when she gets in that position, and how quick the connection into Sophie Dwyer. So Giants have levelled it up. Well, again, just a cheap, silly penalty. And a long way from home now, April Branley, a 2-on-1 in the circle for the Swifts. They want to get it down there and make the most of that opportunity.
They do. April at the moment is the highest penalised player on court. Amy Parmenter just got the ball back for the Giants. And I think April probably being out in pre-season will just need to adjust in her timing so she's not standing out of play.
Hey, Parmenter. Long ball, Harton, and she's calling for people to come towards her. Jamie Lee Price at the top has to go back. Price again, hey. Sophie Dwyer, good front position, and she wanted the ball. Seems to be just a lot of little hands and fingers getting in the way at the moment, disrupting the play. Harton, well, doesn't want to shoot it either, but it's the poker face. And the dish off to Sophie Dwyer underneath the post. Well, we spoke about Tilly McDonald not having a poker face. Jo Hartner's got the ultimate one.
Doesn't she? She looks one way, go the other. And that's a beautiful, a little bit more on it, but a really nice feed from Maddie Hay there. Jo doesn't often not take her on.
No, interesting. Yeah, I thought the same thing at the time then. It's not like Sophie Dwyer's having a little bit of a lull in shooting confidence either, like she wanted to help her out. But anyway, down the other end, the blink of an eye, and it's Sam Wallace brings it back to one. It's a Giant centre pass, and it'll go through Jamie Lee Price. Back to Hay, Branley. Branley does look a little ginger still for me, just on a few of those movements. So we'll keep an eye on her as the game plays out.
It's
Price.
tough. Coming back, this intense in game, first round.
Well, and she's not a spring chicken anymore. She's a mum as well. She is juggling a lot. And
she's very impressive, but this is tough.
She is amazing, but there's a lot of things going on. So it could well take her a while to adjust. Amy Parmenter, apologies. Well, that face didn't look happy there. Beck Bully did it, the assistant coach for the Swifts.
No, but beautifully read by Amy Parmenter, shutting down that middle and getting a crucial touch.
Well, she wants to get on with the game too, doesn't she? Calling for Tilly McDonald to make a move so she can get rid of the ball. All of them are. The Giants sensing some urgency here. And home alone was Sophie Dwyer. Where was her opponent?
And look at the smile.
Well,
a beautiful long ball vision from Maddie Hay, and all alone at the post was Sophie Dwyer. Look at the smile, little giggle on the way back.
Yeah, she loves it, doesn't she? Bryony Akel, however, did not. It's an HCF timeout. She wants to talk to her troops. And let's see if we can have a listen to what that's about.
I want Sammy on the hole. So Sammy's going to defend to attack. We're going to work that ball to circle edge. Right? Yeah? In defense, let's find them. Run up to them first. Have a look where the ball is, but know where she is before we just float off, right? No room. There's too much room at the moment on our one-on-one. Let's close that up. Yeah? Guys, it's not good enough. Let's go. It's not good enough. It is not good enough. Yeah, let's go.
Go for that. Guys, this is not our style. We know this is not how we play, but we know that we can grind our way out of
this. We keep working hard, we keep treasuring possession. 2 options to every single ball. No one should ever have to go backwards or be on 1 foot. We should all be coming forward. Let's go.
Let's go.
Well, you heard it there as clear as day from the co-captain, Maddie Proud. This is not our style and we are better than this. So she's asking for her troops to lift and just eliminate the silly stuff, the steppings on, the forcing bad passes. Because this Swifts team, when they win, when they've won their 2 premierships, do not give up possession of the ball. They just don't make those mistakes.
They don't, and credit to Giants for the pressure they're creating, but a quality side in the Swifts, they need to really step up here.
Let's get down now to Kira Tromp, who had an ear in the other huddle.
Yeah, I was right in there amongst Jo Harton. Spent a lot of time with her as we see the ball turned over there by Jamie Lee. As she spent a lot of time with Dwyer, just chatting about setting up those triangles and getting the ball swinging across the top of the circle, trying to get Turner's head moving. Sam, what do you think about that attacking move? One of the most hated of the defender is when your head gets on a swivel.
Absolutely. When you have to continually adjust and they're just looking for an opportunity to open up, and I think they're doing that nicely.
I feel like I need to get the popcorn out and just listen to you two try and talk about it.
I'm going to chat it
anyway. Well, the Giants now out by 2. So this is not the response that Maddie Proud had called for from her Swifts team. Hadley. Well, they wanted Wallace on the hold. That was exactly what Bryony Akel hoped for, and that is why she is near unstoppable when they have the ball on the circle edge and can lift it up and over.
Yes.
Smith just done for the contact. Price, Harton.
Bit of chat there on the court. That's what we love to see.
Well, it's a derby, isn't it? There's so much more in this game. These guys are all great mates away from the court, but it's just a different beast, this one. Turner, well, long, and it only just made it there. Tilly McDonald, eyes on the screamer. The Swifts back to within 1. There's Harvey Norman replay over the top. So nicely balanced in the corner there was Maddie Proud. Jo Harton. Well, Jo's got to be careful on those takes. Goes with one, but she fends a little with the other, doesn't she? Oh, Parmenter, so good that last couple of steps. Closing speed, one of the best in the game. And a little confusion, and players not entirely sure what's happened or where the penalty's meant to be taken. Proud. Wallace, again, the hold. That's where they can be so dangerous.
And that's exactly what Bryony was asking for. And where she's so dominant,
Just have a look here at Jo Harton. She gets herself into position, takes with one, but the other one, the big fend off. So she's really going to have to keep an eye on that. Well, that is a strong rebound, though, from Sarah Clow, the Aussie Diamond goalkeeper. Smith, long ball and great take. Maddie Proud, Parmenter riding on her back. Hadley. Housby, again, the vision, the instruction. It's clear and it's been simple. Here's the Proud take with Amy Parmenter right on top of her. Well, the Swifts look like they've found the formula now. Just needed to be pointed out, a reminder coming from Bryony Akel about what they do well, and that's find Sam Wallace in the circle. Well, don't often see misses from Helen Housby coming that close to the post, and no rebound either, so an opportunity here from the Giants. 1 minute out of that power 5. Price, Branley, Parmenter, long to Hay. Dwyer, oh, great.
Another strong take.
Two incredible athletes right on each other just then.
What I like, though, is the physicality's there, but Jamie Lee Price is staying cool. She's taking it strongly. She's embracing the contest, and that's what we see in a derby.
they're spot on. We heard Joe Hart, and that was the other thing that she spoke about, going one better this year, was about keeping those calm heads more often. Well, brilliant touch from Smith. Oh, just couldn't gather. So the Giants will continue on. Harton.
Paige not happy with that call, is she?
There is a lot happening off the ball, isn't there? Just in terms of the strength of the body. Well, there's the Power 5 siren. So any shot from this particular area, Sophie Dwyer shooting from, worth 2. Well, little stake in the heart there for the Swifts. The Giants jump out by 3. Just over 4 minutes remaining until half-time. Sam Wallace, well, anything that Sophie Dwyer can do, Sam Wallace can do too.
And look at the confident face on her.
Well, they've got themselves back to 1, but it is another HCF tactical timeout. And the coach is not shying away from an opportunity to stop the game and talk to their players. So much on the line here. Let's have a listen to Julie Fitzgerald.
We don't play for anything. In defence, we need you to stay and play outside the circle and know what they're looking for. Remember what we talked about, the easy ones are the ones they run to, not where they're standing already. So you've really got to do the work to make sure you keep them under or keep them out. Yeah, anything they can run onto and land in the 2 is easy. So we need to put the work in to keep them out of that 2-point zone, all right? But in attack, we play the way we normally play, all right? If we want to take it 2, we do. We don't panic, we don't work it around anymore, we're taking it on the shoot, all right? Here we go. Guys, this is a really good effort. Let's keep this up, okay?
All we're doing is staying in the contest. We're staying in on defence and we're coming out with ball and then we're just having that calm and composure to goal. We've got to keep that up. Another 4 minutes. Here we go. Giants on 3. 1, 2, 3, Giants. Let's go.
Well, Sam Pullman, you would know this firsthand. Neither Julie Fitzgerald or Joe Hart mince words, do they? You know exactly what's expected from you after that huddle.
Absolutely, and I think that's a direction that the Giants need. I love that there's not too much time spent, which is a reflection of how confident they are in this game.
Well, let's get down quickly to Kira Tromp, who had an ear in the Swifts huddle.
Yeah, Bryony Aker was up and about. She was inspiring her team. She said, do the work. I don't care if you're tired. Look each other in the eye and get it done. So she's really asking her players to lift another level for this last 4 minutes.
Well, interesting to hear us say, I don't care if you're tired. They've had a full pre-season under their belt. Not even halfway through the first game of round 1. You'd hope they wouldn't be feeling it.
Thank you.
Hadley, Wallace outside the circle, not where Bryony Akel wanted her. And Brownlee picks up the crumbs. McDonald. Well, a long way back to McDonald, but nothing coming forward from the Giants. Again, just looks a little stagnant, doesn't it? The Giants all standing behind their respective players. That's hard to get a ball to.
It is, and a credit to the pressure. This is a lot better. As I say, an easy ball goes into Sophie, but the pressure is better through the middle there from the Swifts.
Much better pressure, but just completely calm from the Giants, wasn't it? And Julie Fitzgerald will never crack a smile, regardless of the score. Proud. Wallace again outside the circle. And another tip coming from McDonald. She's been good this first half.
I'm very impressed. She's brought her confidence and energy and got her hands on ball and made Sam Wallace go away from what she's so good at, which is that strong hold. So credit to what Tilly's doing, and everyone loves watching how much energy she brings in the court.
So true. If you can get a player to move away from what they do constantly, then it's a win, isn't it? It's a big win. Sam Wallace not back there dominating as she normally does. Until now, what a ball, but again, not even looking at the post, going for that Suncorp super shot. Well, she's going to get another crack at it now. And it's pretty much where she was the very first time she got the ball.
And that's not the Sammy Wallace that we have seen. She would nail that shot to get another point on the board. So she's not
well, they're one down too. There is absolutely no point in hunting those 2-point shots at this particular time, you wouldn't think. As you see Sophie Dwyer there, quite happy just to shoot the one she gets and continue chipping away at the scoreboard. 2 minutes to go before halftime here in the grand final rematch. That's the Giants by 2, and there's the damage that Sophie Dwyer's been doing. She loves the left-hand side of the circle. Oh, well, as does McDonald, and the reply coming from Hadley.
Replay, not happy, is she? And the crowd isn't happy either.
Well, when you listen to that crowd, it sounds like 95% Swift supporters in this stadium. It is a local derby, but clearly a lot of vocal Swifts fans here as Jo Harton tries to punish.
And didn't she make that easy? She looked easy, got the ball.
The Harvey Norman replay, McDonald up nice and straight, and then, well, yeah, well, it was
replay.
A replay, yeah. Sorry,
Good call,
Paige.
umpire.
And sorry, New South Wales fans. Dwyer, Rice. Beautiful flat ball, and Jo Harton, even with the step back, well, it was a long one, wasn't it? A minute here for the Swifts to try and lessen this gap a little before the main break, and they are swift down court. Sam Wallace cannot drain them. Ellen Housby just going to chip away here with one. Why not? Centre pass to follow. Crowd, Wallace, Hadley, Housby, surely she'll shoot this one. Can she get a Suncorp super shot? Get this gap back.
And she loves it. Look at her screaming as she walks back to the centre pass.
Well, it's now back to 1, 20 seconds left before half-time.
Maddie Hay there shaking her head, not wanting it, but no options forward. There's 10 seconds to go.
Jo Harton, this would be a huge super shot. Can't drop it, but it's a penalty against Sarah Clow, so she's going to get another shot at it, and she's given it up to Sophie Dwyer. Well, and that is exactly why Sophie Dwyer loves the pressure moment to get the Giants a 3-point buffer as they head into half-time. Well, it was all Giants at the start of that first quarter, Sam. The Swifts got themselves back in it, and the Giants responded beautifully. That was a 13-18 second quarter. Let's get down now to Kira Tromp, who's one of the stars of the first half for the Giants.
Unbelievable start by your team out there today, Amy. What did you think about that first quarter?
Oh, it was good. You know, I feel like we've been preparing in pre-season for that kind of physicality, and that's exactly what we got. It's like hot and it's sweaty out there, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I think we're really taking it on, which is good.
As a wing defence, there's no better thing than having a wing attack taken off you. You had it all over Paige Hadley, I thought, in the first quarter. What did you think about that contest?
Oh, I think with the Swifts, like every wing attack they put on me, I'm like, oh, here's a new challenge. So in some ways, yes, it's good to get a new wing attack, but then also you've got a new wing attack on your hands. So
keep it up in the second half and all the best.
Thank you.
Well, you heard it right there, Amy Parmenter. She loves the challenge, and she's going to have another half of that in just a moment. Don't forget another 2 cracking matches for you tomorrow live on Fox Netball. The Queensland Firebirds hosting the Melbourne Vixens, and then the minor semi-final rematch, the West Coast Fever at home to the Sunshine Coast Lightning. But as we said, don't go anywhere. Halftime show coming right up after this. Welcome back. It's halftime here. The grand final rematch between the New South Wales Swifts and the Giants. And as you can see there, it is the Giants up by 3. And the crowd well and truly into this contest, loving being back at live netball, seeing their stars in action. It's been a long time for the fans of New South Wales. Well, you can see the players getting into it a little bit there too, which is nice. And a lot to play for here today, as we mentioned, grand final rematch. It's a New South Wales derby. The Carol Sykes Memorial Trophy also on offer today. And just to win round 1 of a new season is a big incentive as well. All looking fairly relaxed at the moment. Maddie Proud, never short of a little bit of fun. They make their way back out on court. And boy, wouldn't the Giants love to continue on their way. We can already see a couple of changes. And one of them we expected may happen. We'll talk about in a moment. It'll be Paige Hadley to get us underway here at the start of this second half. And already there's a penalty, and that's the change that I want to talk about, Sam Pullman. April Brownlee was under that little bit of an injury cloud, and her replacement, you know well from training against her just last year.
I do. Gemma O'Donoghue coming in at goal defence, a young training partner from the Giants. We questioned all week whether April would be in the lineup. So given a really solid start for her, and now Gemma, she provides really long hands over, and this is really exciting for her to get on court for Giants.
Well, we're very fortunate now to have the head coach of the Giants, Julie Fitzgerald, joining us. Jules, got to be fairly happy with that first half.
I am really, really happy with the performance they put in. It's just whether or not we can keep going.
That would be nice, wouldn't it, Jules?
It would.
What was your chat at halftime? The team looks confident, they look calm, there's a few smiles out there, not from you, of course, but what did you say at halftime?
Oh, look, there's a few things that we've been working on that I think happened, that came off, and it was just a matter of making sure that we made a few tweaks here and there, a couple of things I wasn't happy with.
And what about Gemma? This is a real good setup the first half for her coming on. Did you give her some tips or advice that you wanted from her coming on in this quarter?
Not too much. I think the whole thing is that she's not too nervous and she doesn't get too overexcited. But Gemma's worked really, really hard for this for the last 12 months. She's improved considerably since the Christmas break. And it's sad to lose April for half a game, but that's what it's all about. It gives her an opportunity she deserves.
Well, Julie, we'll let you get back to the game. We know you're heavily invested in everything going on. All the best for the second half.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. Plenty of praises to be sung the way of the new goal defence for the Giants in Donoghue. And still sitting with that 2-point buffer. Jo Harton wanting to add a little bit more to that tally, and she does that by a smart little front cut that pulls a penalty against Maddie Turner.
Maddie Turner being the most penalised player on court at the moment, so she'll have to continually use her footwork to adjust.
Well, she was early in the game too, wasn't she, Sam?
And Jo Harton will play you right into that as a defender. She's smart and will make you look silly. And defenders aren't silly there, Kat.
Debate. Well, back to two again. Hay, Price, over the top to Harton. Just too much space from Sarah Cloud to Jo Harton at the moment.
I don't think she has an answer for Jo today. Really good vision, on-point pass from Maddie Hay there. And Sarah's just continually questioning, and I don't think she has an answer.
Housby, Hadley, Housby again. Would love to see her just get in the circle and break up that defensive work. Not allow that to happen. McDonald, the Giants, down court very quickly. They want to get on with this game. They want to keep the momentum that they built in that second quarter in particular. Hey.
They know Swifts is a quality side that'll come back and keep lifting, so Giants need to continue to lift. And again, Maddie Turner out of play. I like that she contested that ball, but she needs to come off because Sophie Dwyer will do that to you every time.
Oh, there's two very familiar faces. Annie Sargent, Diamond selector, and of course the head coach for the Diamonds, Stacey Marinkovic. The Diamonds squad is going to be named in just 5 weeks. And from what I understand from Stacey Marinkovic, plenty of movement can happen in that Diamond squad. So they're keeping an eye on all the action right from round one, and will so until that announcement. Let's get down again to Kira Austin on the sideline. Sorry, Kira Austin, you wish. Kira Troth.
I'll take that. I'll take that. Look, exactly what I thought should have happened for the Swifts. They brought on Taylor Fraser. I think Ali Smith was just giving too much space off the centre pass, and it was putting Clow and Turner under too much pressure. The ball was coming down too fast. So for me, that's a really great change, and I think Taylor can have a real impact there in that wing defence to try and shut down Hay.
Welcome to Super Netball Court. Hey, Gemma, Sammy Wallace giving her a real big hit. She had the line of the ball, but Sammy goes, nah, bang. Lucky by the umpire, I think.
Well, do you think she just thought she'd let it go and go, you need to get used to that, kid?
I think it's a welcome to
coming.
Super Netball. This is what you have to get used to. Look, Gemma had the line, but this is the level of Super Netball, and I reckon Sammy Wallace would be like, if you want to play...
Well, she should have been pulled for a contact, absolutely, Sam Wallace.
Are you saying that attacker just contacted?
Well, look, I'm saying we're generally smart at hiding it. That one, not so much. That was a long ball to Proud. Fraser. Turner. Long again. The vision opening up nicely here for the Swifts, Housby. Top of the circle, Parmenter. She just gets herself through the smallest of gaps. And that's a beautiful take from Sam Wallace. Again, well, she looks like she's means a bit more business in this second half. Got a serious face on, and they've got some work to do. Still 3 the buffer. Oh!
One-handed.
I'm just going to keep it up here for a little moment so you can appreciate how good I actually am. Have a look at this Harvey Norman highlight. Just going to leave it hanging for a moment. Wow, that was some showtime. And very similar coming from the captain of the Giants, Joe Harton. Well, the 2 internationals bringing a little bit of flair to this second half. Well, the idea was right, placement not so much. So another opportunity here for the Giants. Parmenter, Donahue, beautiful drive down court. Parmenter again, Price. Well, Maddie Turner again getting those penalties.
Needs to continually adjust. And Giants, if they're smart, how about Helen Housby on your back? Giants will really play into that. You've got to move your feet. You've got to get off.
Great take, Hay.
And again, Swifts are going to have to change up something. I know that she needs to ride Sophie Dwyer, but she needs to get off the body so the umpire allows her to contest, because at the moment, it's not working for her.
Even something as simple as a positional switch, do you think?
Absolutely. Well, we look at the Swifts bench right now, and I don't really see much circle defenders other than Ali Smith coming here, running in. She's a centre court, wing defence. I reckon she's going to get told. Beck Bully's giving her words. You need to grind here, tag Sophie one-on-one, but stay in play.
Yeah, Beck Bully, the Swifts assistant coach, one of the best taggers ever to play the game. And that's a win already for the Swifts. So sitting there just a moment maybe for Maddie Turner to watch the game, have a look. She might pick up something just from that moment on the sideline. Housby, Fraser, Hadley, Housby. Wallace outside the circle again. And now the issue is trying to get both shooters back in.
We spoke about in the second quarter that glimpse that we saw her really strong post, hold to the post, but she continues to find herself really high in the circle.
Housby. Proud, long vision and good vision, and it's that hold again that Bryony Aker was calling for from Sam Wallace. Dwyer. Price. Joe Hart, well, that was better cover from Sarah Clow, wasn't it? She was in the right place. But
eyes
that
down.
occasion, eyes down, absolutely. And that's when the feed is going to really burn you by letting that ball go straight over the top of your head. So the Giants, well, they made the change, and we suspected Amy Parmenter another crack at it, but we suspected with that change in April Branley going off that this gap might close a little. Just hasn't happened yet for the New South Wales Swifts.
No, and I think you can see that pressure that Amy Parmenta's doing. Her ability to get into the air, contest, and put the pressure on.
Dwyer, Price. Well, always first look to the circle with Jamie Lee Price.
What I like today is she's not forcing it. She's looking, she's seeing, she's giving credit to the Swift defenders and resetting if she needs to. She's not forcing the ball.
Okay, well, she's got a 2-on-1 here, and she goes for Jo Harton. And again, well, Sarah Clow, there it is. Had narrowed the gap, was a lot closer in that beautiful front position. And that tip nearly came off.
Absolutely. Got her footwork around and got up to the ball. That's what we want to see from her.
Oh,
too fast. And you see Tilly clapping herself then when it went out of court.
well, Tilly probably can't take credit for that, but she's got the ball back in hand.
She's happy about it, though.
Well, she's certainly the ultimate team player. So the fact, here's the replay, complete miscommunication. And both players knew it for the Swifts. Another penalty outside the circle. Hadley this time, Dwyer. Oh, cheeky little pop over the top from Jo Harton. What great placement. Well, Alice Smith, the smallest in the circle by far, comes away with the rebound. Smith again. Wallace, right up the middle, back to Fraser. Hadley. Proud. Seems to be a lot of work happening for the Swifts to get the ball in the circle.
It does look like hard work where you look down the other end, see pocket ball, comes off the screen but nicely opens up there to Wallace.
And just while we're watching that replay though, in the blink of an eye, the Giants, so it's a lot easier a transition from them. Just heard the siren in the background. That is the start of the Power 5. So if you're just joining us, every shot taken from inside the white arc Sam Wallace is in right now is worth 2 points.
Amy Parmenta not happy. You can see the tough little tussle going on there with her and Paige Hadley at the top of the circle.
Price. Okay. Well, nothing coming. Price, though, more often than not, is the saviour. And Sophie Dwyer, the second best in the comp last season for super shots. So you do not want to force a penalty and give her another crack at it.
No, and this is where Ali Smith will need to adjust and be smart about it. And again, picks up the rebound. Maybe you don't have to be tall, Kat, to be a centre quarter.
Well, you just got to be smart about your body position, don't you? Let's get back down to Kira Tromp on the sideline for us today.
As we see Paige Hadley on the ground there, I think she's really pushing herself in every contest, trying to get herself into the contest itself. She's sitting on only 12.5 miss and net points, and her direct opposition, Jamie Lee Price, on 62.5. So you can see the disparity in the centre court. I think she's trying to get that physical side of her game, which I don't know if it's really working for her at the moment, but we'll see how it plays out in the rest of the third quarter.
Yeah, great call there, Kira. The Nissan net points tell us so much about what's happening on the court. Obviously, Nissan net points, the scoring system we use, and every action on court is worth a certain amount of points. Jamie Lee Price well and truly winning that battle. Hadley. Fraser, very close to the sideline, so close in fact the Asics have gone over it. Well, just another silly error as you see here on our Harvey Norman replay. She'll be wishing she had a smaller size foot. Price, Harton.
It's those little things in a game that can show that the dominance of the team that's up, like a foot out of court, so close to the sideline. Things like that matter in a game this tight. And again, Swift defenders just chasing in a beautiful ball into Sophie Dwyer. They just look so comfortable and it looks easy.
Proud. Hadley, Housby. Well, great vision. Sam Wallace for the Suncorp super shot. Well, she can't make it drop. But a little reminder that every successful Suncorp Super Shot today, Suncorp is going to donate $100 to the Confident Girls Foundation. So we'd like a few more of those to drop, thanks players. Parmenter, Price, Dwyer, Hay. Well, Jamie Lee Price is quite literally toying with her opponent, just taking all the time in the world she wants, puts herself exactly where she wants to go.
And this is what we spoke about now. She's the vice captain in this Giants, and, you know, multiple senior players in this team have stepped away. This is her now. She's not a baby anymore, and I think she's really taking this game in a mature approach and being calm, but as you said, really leading and dominating those missing net points.
Well, the Giants have said very openly that they're going one better this year, and as they were the runners-up in that grand final, that means a premiership. At the moment, they're showing all the signs of that happening in season 2022. 4 points up on the current premiers.
Amy Parmenter, so close. Clapping her hands thinking she got it, but she's in the contest once again. It's building that pressure and niggling away.
Well, even the one she hasn't got, she's been at least 8 or 9 of those contests where she's come through at the last minute and missed by a whisker.
Which I think shows her speed and ability to off the mark and read the play. And we are talking about round 1 here, so imagine what she's going to be like throughout the season.
Absolutely. Kira Tromp, do you agree with that, Amy Parmenter?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the toughest things in wing defence is to get that intercept across the court on the opposite side from the umpire. If they can't see your body and the position you're in, most often than not is a wing defence going to get called for contact. From where I'm sitting, from this side of the court, Amy Parmenter was clean as anything on that one. I would have given it to her.
Fangirling another wing defence.
She's just she's so deceptive though, isn't she? I mean, you wouldn't look at her and think, oh my gosh, she's got to be an amazing netballer, but she just is so elusive, and that change of pace on those last couple of steps, dangerous.
And when we talk about feeders in a game, a wing attack is always that dominant one, and sometimes we don't give credit enough to the wing defence in the pressure that they do, and a fumble from Proud and Wallace. We'll see if she can sink it.
Sammy Wallace, a Suncorp Super Shot with 14 seconds on the clock in this third quarter, and wasn't that needed. Brings the gap to 1. Well, Sophie Dwyer, if she can sink this, it will be huge. She can't, so Sam Wallace again, the hero right before the siren leading into the break. The Giants just the smallest of gaps, a little tiny bit of breathing room as they head into this last quarter. Currently leading the New South Wales Swifts 45-44.
So tight.
Welcome back to the New South Wales Derby here at Ken Rosewell Arena in Sydney. And it's quarter time brought to you by Origin Energy. 3/4 time, apologies. There's your score, just 1 the difference. So we have got a cracking final quarter coming at you. Plenty of chat happening down this Smith's defence end from the assistant coach, Beck Woolley. And it's an area we've talked a lot about this game, Sam Pullman. What do you want to see from them?
Absolutely. I think Ali did quite a great job in coming on in goal defence. Her ability to wear her player but stay in play is important. I think it brought Sarah Clow more into the game. And I know we keep talking about the circle defenders, but it does create the pressure from out the front. So they need more from the likes of Paige Hadley at the front, and we see dominating the match leader, Nissa net points in all 3 Giants mid-court, which is what I just touched on, what the Swifts need. The Giants are really dominating their performance in the mid-court, which allows it to kind of flow easier in the attack end and also creates that pressure in the Giants defence end.
Well, Price and Parmenter and Hay picking up where they left off last season, more often than not sitting in those top Nissa net points roles. So it's going to be another big year from the 3 players. Parmenter and Maddie Hay found themselves in the Nessa Net Points team of the year last year. So there is no stopping them. And the Swifts will hope they can slow them down at the very least in this final quarter. Down by 1 at the moment. The New South Wales Premiers looking for back-to-back titles. Have not been able to do that in Suncorp Super Netball. Adley to get us back into the action. Housby, Smith. Oh, Maddie Proud down again, and a little Ginger to get up. She's not looking comfortable, but she's got some, not entirely sure what's going on there. Let's have a little look and see if we can pick it up. Well, it's almost like she's corked herself on Amy Parmenta's knee or thigh or something. Yeah, Maddie Proud doesn't get slowed down often. Sam Wallace gets them back to level peggings. The start of this fourth quarter, the quarter time scores have been very interesting. It was the Swifts by 2 in the first, the Giants by 5, the Swifts again by 2 in that third quarter. So if we're talking about scoring quarters, this one should go the way of the Giants.
When we talk about the history of this derby and how much it means to both teams, I think the Giants will know that Swifts have the ability to come back and really dominate in the last quarter. As we see Tilly McDonald get her hands on the ball once again in this match.
She's had a cracking game, hasn't she? Really put the doubt in Sam Wallace's head early on, and she's not been the Sam Wallace that we know and love this entire game.
And I'll give her so much credit. Sam Wallace is one of the best shooters in the league and in the world. We see Tilly contesting, but what I liked is she backed it up, so the pressure on the contest and the ability to keep that possession in play as well.
Well, Tilly McDonald, 4 gains for the game. The only one better is Sarah Clow, and it really doesn't feel like that, does it, at the moment? So a cracking game coming from her, and she's been given an opportunity to step up. Some big movement in the Giants defence end, as we've spoken about a lot. She's doing everything right so far, as is the captain. Got them back out to 3. And we get down again to Kira Trump on the sideline for us today.
Just a really sweet moment down here on court. We had Bryony Akel trying to get Sammy Wallace's attention, and our Tilly McDonald has just interrupted and said, "Hey Sammy, your coach wants you." I've not seen that on the SSN court ever before, so she's obviously just out there enjoying herself in her netball.
She genuinely does though, doesn't she? She loves the contest, she loves the crowd. I've actually noticed a few times in commentary when she does something good, she quite often looks at us like, I hope you saw that and I hope you're talking about it. She really does love the occasion.
Maybe she's so confident that she's going, "Hey Sammy,
I think
you might need some help over there."
She's genuinely just a relaxed sort of character.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. Let's see how good that instruction was coming from Coach Bryony Akel to Sam Wallace. Proud Wallace. Whoa, McDonald nearly again.
Oh, Sammy, that did not look good as she landed. Her teammates are really surrounding her. And everyone's face is just an absolute shock.
Well, Bryony Akel, the first one up, wants to get her troops together. So let's have a little look at this if we can. And yeah, doesn't look good. All the players know it. Sam Wallace clutched that right knee straight away. And that would be absolute devastation to this New South Wales Swifts side. If it is a serious injury, it looked like a knee, didn't it? We can only hope that that wasn't the case. Bryony Akel now, though, will just try and calm her side down. Anything like that when you're such a close-knit team has effects straight away, doesn't it? It's quite an emotional time when you see someone that you know and you love and you train so hard with in all of the preseason, particularly round 1, go down in that manner. So she'll just want them to think about the game again, switch their heads around. In the meantime, though, Sammy Wallace not looking good at all. Let's hope it's not too bad. You can see the faces there of the New South Wales Swifts, though.
And this is where you see your leadership from your players and your coach, with both teams the crowd, us sitting here, our tummies have just sunk. The massive gasp that you heard, because it, like you mentioned, did not look good. But this is where, as a coach, you need to bring your players in, give them some instructions so that the emotion doesn't come into it and they can focus on what they need to do.
Well, Kira Austin running the sideline for us tonight. Devastation to see something like that happening. How do you think the Swifts will respond?
Absolute heartbreak in the Swifts camp there. Maddie Proud had tears in her eyes. I feel like Bronnie Akel got them in as a group and really asked them to pull together for Sammy, but I think at this stage, until she's off the court, the girls are going to be just thinking about her and making sure that she's okay. So it's going to take a big job here from these girls to put this out of their mind, and especially for the young player that's going to come on in her place. Let's see how that plays out.
Well, it's certainly going to be fresh in the mind. Interesting to hear you say that Maddie Proud had tears in her eye. She and Paige Hadley recently had knee reconstructions themselves. As I keep saying, let's hope it's not that bad. It is certainly not looking good at the moment for Sam Wallace, though. She's a tough customer and only just, only just been able to move her off the court. So wheelchair coming out now, as you can see her in the back of play there. The Swifts just trying to focus and finish this game off. 12 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. I tell you what, if they could turn it around, you can hear the crowd cheering on one of their absolute favourites in Sam Wallace.
And you see her strength then. They brought out the wheelchair and her continually, the pain in her face, but her saying, no, I'm going to hobble off this court, just shows the strength that she's trying to pull in right now. As Helen Housby, her housemate and teammate, an international superstar, pats her on the back.
Well, I'll tell you what, it would be the best if this Swift side could stand up and finish this game off with a win. Given they've really been in chase position pretty much since that first quarter.
Absolutely.
And find themselves down by 3, 12 minutes left to go.
This is when you play for the heart of your team. You never want something like this to happen to anybody in the competition, but when it's your teammate, it gives you that little bit extra that you're playing for heart now. You're playing for a teammate. I reckon the Swifts are really going to step up here.
Yeah, I do too. I feel that. I mean, there's a lot already on the line in this game. We've spoken about that so many times. But let's see what they can do here. Kelly Singleton on at goal attack for the Swifts. And Helen Housby moved back to goal shooter. Harton. A little bit of taking the time here to set the penalties, both sides. Hay, Harton, Price, and just waited again. You were talking about her not forcing balls that second or third quarter, and she's just continuing to do that, reading those feet so well, isn't she?
Being really smart. They've lost a little bit of height in that circle now, so she waited for Ali Smith to jump and place that ball nicely over the top. I was just about to say before she came through in that fantastic intercept that I already feel the intensity has lifted from the New South Wales Swifts.
Dwyer. Hey, Dwyer again. Well, beautiful swing across the circle, and then she just kept Sarah Clow on the right side of her body so she could turn it open.
There's where that patient comes in there. The first one's not open. They're happy to swing, and Jamie Lee, a little bit of twist there.
Kelly Singleton's first shot, little flat. And it's cleaned up by McDonald, who again just continues to impress in this round one clash. Big season we're expecting from her in 2022. Price, Dwyer.
We see Kelly Singleton come on to the court in goal attack, and you know, she would probably be a little bit nervous, but she needs to take confidence in who she's playing in against Gemma. They've played a lot against each other in the pathway system, and both come from Manly. So she should step on here and be surrounded by confidence in who she's coming up against.
Oh, beautiful ball. Again, Jamie Lee Price's vision to the circle is the first thing she looks at every time. Bronnie Akel likes the look of that. She's going to look like she's going to make a bit of a change here. You can see Maddie Turner up in the back of play. Let's get down again to Kira Trompf.
Yeah, look, I think that change is coming because after the first goal, the Swifts scored. They haven't scored again. As we see the Giants lead by 7, the biggest lead of the match. They really do need to make a change in that defensive end, so maybe we'll see that through Turner.
You just see the misconnection there from Proud and Singleton, spilling up the ball on the baseline.
Well, Maddie Turner is back into the mix now. A goal. Oh, we just see Hadley too trying to turn this game around. Maddie Turner back into it. She had a little bit of time on the sideline. As defenders, is it useful to sit off sometimes and just have a visual from a different perspective?
I think in a game like this, when you're continually trying to adapt and you've got no answers for Giants' attack line, use the strengths of someone like Beck Bully, who's an international superstar, as your sideline coach. And let's see, she's played in many grand finals. Her instruction will be, come on, adjust, and she needs to get ball for them.
Well, she needs to get ball for them fairly quickly too. That's an opportunity, just way too much on for Jo Harton there. And that's the kind of captain she is. She threw herself. Here's the Harvey Norman replay, way over the top. Oh, she looked like she cleaned up a little bit of Sarah Clow there on the way down too. So a quick wipe of the floor. The players will appreciate that. Just a moment to gather their breath. It is going to be a huge 8.5 minutes in this final quarter of the grand final rematch. On that occasion, it was the Swifts by 4. So the Giants would dearly love to get the first win of this season. Hadley, Plow, Hadley, over the top to Turner. Great vision finds Maddie Proud in the centre of the court. Well, how slick was that from the New South Wales Swifts? Helen Housby needs to finish. She'll be feeling particularly emotional. As you mentioned, the housemate of Sam Wallace, very good mates. Singleton, good swing across to Paige Hadley, and Kelly Singleton again. That is her first successful shot of the game. Got it back to 6. And still plenty of time, 7 minutes. And a power 5 as well to come.
And that's what they need to do. Taylor Fraser comes up with the intercept, a crucial one to get their possession back.
Well, they've got to score off it, don't they? Only one piece of the puzzle. Helen Housby loves the big moments. She loves to be the match winner and have the ball in hand. Not forgetting, though, she's had a tough week coming back from COVID. And she's on her way. You can see she's got a little bit of a skip in her step. Narrowing the gap here, the New South Wales Swifts, and that has led to an HCF timeout. Well, this is an important moment. The Giants probably felt like a little momentum shift. Let's have a listen in, if we can, to Bryony Akel.
Take them away, use angles, not a flat. Yeah, when you use those angles, that was beautiful. Yeah, really good stuff and good talk. Yeah, guys, in D, let's have a real crack at these balls. Take your feet with you, 2 hands, don't have a fly. Extra step like you just did, that was great. Great job, let's keep the talker. Really. Guys, this is what we can do. This is how we can play. Just keep it calm. When you're calm, it's so much better. Less is more, let's go. Let's go, bang on those Swifts, go! Come on, Swifty!
Well, you heard it there. The group is fired up. Bryony Akel. If you're not going to take those opportunities to get some ball now, then probably don't bother. This is the moment, isn't it? And she said, take your feet with you, Sam. That sounds a little bit obvious, but what does she mean by that?
I think she's giving them, what I liked was how positive and reassuring she was. She told them to stay calm. And when you say that, it means you're there. It means just take 1, 2 more steps, run through the ball, and the possession's yours, which is what they need to do now.
Well, no time like the present, and they're fast running out of that. How good was that play? It has to be finished, though. And it wasn't. Well, unfortunate for the New South Wales Swifts. And who's there to clean it up? The lady of the moment, Tilly McDonald. Price. Parmenter. Dwyer. Not forgetting we're a minute or so away from the Power 5, and Joe Harton just schooled Sarah Clow on the baseline dodge. The Giants, two of the best in the business at that Suncorp super shot. There are their goal percentages. You'd be very happy with that as your coach, but have a look at the amount of super shots they've had a crack at tonight. Normally, a lot more of them would fall. Joe Harton just 1 from 5, but you watch come the Power 5, she will still back herself to shoot them. That is a hungry and determined captain's rebound.
I think she knows that this game is in reach now, and it just shows how much she wants it, even pulling the ball out of aggression out of her own teammate.
Well, 7 the difference here. Helen Housby, what can she do? They've got to start sinking these shots. Well, given the depletion in the defence line for the Giants, you would have to say that if the Giants can get this win, it's an upset in round 1. Helen Housby, 11 from 13 and 1 from 3 in the super shot. I feel like they're going to get themselves into a position fairly shortly that they're going to have to take them. Oh, Sarah Clow, great position. And they've got to win here, the New South Wales Swifts. Maddie Turner down in the background as well, and very slow to get up. So there is a lot happening. There's the tip from Clow, and the chase coming from pretty much every other Swift. They're fired up for this last 5 minutes. Proud, Fraser. Clow, a long way back, Hadley. There is the siren, Power 5. Suncorp Super Netball shots in play. They are worth 2 points, and the New South Wales Swifts need some. Well, Kelly Singleton was there. Paige Hadley did not want to give her the ball. Singleton, nothing coming forward, and that's the danger when you've got an athlete like Jamie Lee Price. Singleton, well, beautiful ball across the circle. 2 nice balls connection. This has got to drop. Well, the Swifts are making it hard for themselves. Yet another opportunity for the Giants to put that scoreboard pressure on. Price. Parmenter. Price. Parmenter. Donahue. Hay over the top. Good clearance ball to Dwyer. Well, they keep possession, and it just means more time. The ball's not in the hands of the New South Wales Swifts.
That's normally what we see from the New South Wales Swifts, playing real nice possession ball towards the end. And credit to Giants here. They look calm, they look composed, they have multiple options, and they're in no rush here.
Jo Harton, well, she's in that familiar spot. Doesn't want to shoot it, though. She's milking the clock beautifully, isn't she?
Absolutely. I think that just touches on the point that we just said. She doesn't need to rush. She doesn't need to take the risky 2. She's just wasting time on the clock here. The more that Giants have possession in their hand, the less chance Swifts have to score.
Dwyer. Outside the circle, absolutely no hurry coming here from the Giants. And Julie Fitzgerald looks frustrated. This is going to be a massive shot if Jo Harton can make it forward. She didn't even attempt the rebound. So Only 2 minutes to play, but the Suncorp super shot is in play. It is the power 5. The Swifts have got to get it down court, though. They've got to get a wriggle on here. The clock could well beat them. This is exactly where they want Helen Housby to be, but she's got to start dropping them. That is going to help their cause, and it's the centre pass to follow for the New South Wales Swifts.
And you saw her after that shot saying, here we go to her teammates. They have to get the ball in her hand if they want to start sinking some two-point shots to finish.
Well, this is where she steps up. She loves these moments. Can Kelly Singleton do the same? It rings out, but the all-important rebound falls the way of the Swifts. Helen Housby has come alive and got them back to 2. They need a turnover here. The New South Wales Swifts. Who is going to provide it?
Who's going to stand up here? Someone needs to challenge the ball.
Well, wouldn't this be a turnaround if they can pull it off, the New South Wales Swifts, but they've got to get ball in hand. A minute remaining. The Giants, well, they want to play it around and eat up the clock, but they also want to score, don't they?
It is risky playing it around too much.
Well, all chewing precious seconds, and Jo Harton is the master.
She is. She'll fake you one way as a defender and draw you in, and then she'll make sure that you contact her.
Well, it's all just taking seconds away from the New South Wales Swifts. Oh, she would be frustrating them no end right now. Listen to the crowd.
Aren't they getting into it?
They are
They're
frustrated.
not loving it.
But this is just incredibly smart play from the captain of the Giants in Jo Harton to the buffer. And they have eaten up a lot of this clock. There was time for the Swifts to score, but they're really going to struggle now. 13 seconds left, and look at Harton. Look at Julie Fitzgerald. They can taste it. Well, have they got time? No, the penalty's called. Jo Harton whacks their hands together, and that will be the ball game. No, the penalty's going back. Well, Joe's going to need some security to get out of the venue after this. 2 seconds remaining. There it is. The Giants, they wanted to go one better, and what better fashion to start than by upsetting the current premiers, the New South Wales Swifts. The Giants with a 2-point win and a 1-point win in that last quarter. Sam Pullman, what a game, and how frustrating for the New South Wales Swifts. The final seconds of that game. Jo Harton, though, all the smarts in the world.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what you want from a leader and captain. But can I say, Kath, after playing in so many derbies and so many battles with the New South Wales Swifts, I remember plenty of times that they finished a game that way. So Giants just giving them a little bit of taste of what Swifts have done in the history of this derby. And look, Giants were just dominant and confident the entire game, weren't they?
Well, look at the face of Jo Hart. She's fired up. The quest to go one better has started. And it started round 1 at home in front of their home fans with a depleted side. So they will be incredibly proud of that performance. And look at the face of Helen Housby. Well, I think the reality of what happened in that final quarter has hit her. The news maybe just been let go to them about the state of Sam Wallace. We'll catch up on that a little bit further at the moment. At the moment, though, we'll get down to Kira Tromp, who's with the player of the match.
Jamie Lee, gosh, today you just dominated that game. Leading this in net points player, how did it feel on court out? You look calm, you look well structured, and that finish was just what you needed to put that nail in the coffin at the end.
Yeah, I think it was a really good team effort today. I think when you go up against the Swifts, there's a lot of emotion, so just keeping your cool, and I tried to do that really well today. And yeah, our girls were really patient with the ball, and that showed in the last 2 minutes when we held the ball and didn't let them score. So really excited that we got the first win of the first game, and yeah.
Absolutely, your centre court was just unbelievable. The combined miss and net points of your mid-court beat the entire Swifts, so that's how much domination you had through that middle part of the court. Looking at that finish, that's something we haven't seen you guys be able to do against the Swifts. It must feel really good to be able to put the emotion aside and get the win.
Yeah, I think so. It's always good to win against the Swifts. I mean, they beat us in the grand final last year, and especially when it's a Sydney derby, it's always nice to get one up on them and make Sydney orange today. So
absolutely, it's bright orange at the moment. You must be proud of Tilly McDillan getting out there, having that fabulous game. She was all over it tonight. That was amazing for her.
Yeah, I think big ups to her. It was her first start in SSN, and I think she took the challenge really well, and she brought a lot of energy to our team and had a crack, and that's all we can ask for. So yeah, really proud of her.
Well, leadership really suits you. You've had a fine game, and congratulations to the Giants girls.
Thank you so much.